All of this talk about black superheroes, and everybody forgets about, no, not Blade. I'm talking about Hancock. Remember him?
Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Move. Get out the way. Get out.
Hey now, what is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here for whatever reason to talk and review Hancock. Hancock is a film that came out in 2008, and I guess the reason why I'm reviewing this movie is because black superheroes, black movies in general, I'm trying to watch as many, rewatch in this case, as much as I can. And all of a sudden I stopped and realized, wait a minute, there was another black superhero lead, Hancock. This is starring Will Smith. It's directed by Peter Berg. And the plot is we meet Will Smith at the very beginning as this guy Hancock, who's a bum. He's sleeping on this bench. There's robberies going on, and he's known as like the town superhero, but he's a screw up. Like there's this kid who's trying to tell him, Hancock, there's a crime going on, there's a chase, and he's like, F off. I want nothing to do with this. Leave me alone. I want to drink. I want to do this and that. But then there's a part of him that feels like he does have that responsibility. He has superpowers. He can fly. He has super strength. You see him going on these weird trips to save people, but he's doing them half-assly. He's not a great hero at all. Until he meets Jason Bateman, who wants to help him, who wants to change his image, who wants to turn him into the superhero that he probably should be. And he's married to Charlize Theron, who she has a connection to Hancock. Now, what I thought of this movie is, at the time when I saw this in theaters, I actually liked this movie. I did. Years and years later, I would hear people talk about it and say that it sucked, or say that it was a disappointment, or say that it failed at this and that. So now, rewatching it, so many years later, I will say that I understand. I do understand what they were talking about. I do understand now that it's not the greatest movie ever. I do like Will Smith. I do. Almost any movie that I can watch Will Smith in, I think he's going to do a good job. He is charismatic, but that different sort of charismatic. You hardly ever see him play a villain or play any form of a guy who's just a dick. And that's what he is at the beginning of this movie. And yeah, the movie, most of the movie, if not all of it, should have been him as a dick. Like a superhero who is an asshole. Although he doesn't want you to call him that. He's a guy who just doesn't really care.
What, you want, a cookie? Tell on my face.
I think they started the film with that idea, and then they abandon it like halfway through. And what the movie turns into after that is, like I said, he meets Jason Bateman, Jason Bateman's another guy that I always enjoy seeing in the film. And he instantly like gravitates to him and just wants to, he's a sales guy, so he wants to change his image, like I said, puts him on the news and say that he's going to change and become better, puts him into jail to atone for his crimes so that he can come out. Puts him in a leather superhero costume, which I don't like that. Maybe because now we're so far past leather. Or just don't do it. Have it be a joke. Hey, here's this leather costume that you can wear. And Hancock says, no, I don't want to wear that. And actually doesn't wear it. It looked too much like the X-Men leather outfits from the original 2 movies. Like I said, he's connected to Charlize Theron. And their connection runs deep. You find out they're gods, and they've been around for centuries, and they've always been linked together. They're the last of their kind. They have these powers, but the longer they're together, the more they become mortal. They'll lose their powers, and they're more prone to die. So, look, I'm not saying that that's not interesting. It is interesting. There is a part of me that goes, that is interesting. But I don't think I wanted to see it in this movie. This felt like it was one movie and then turned to another. I think both movies on their own would have been good and interesting. But the blend of them together, almost doesn't really work. For most people, it doesn't work at all. I can still watch it. I can still find enjoyable things about it. Some of the action and the CGI is a bit dodgy nowadays to watch, but it's Will Smith. Will Smith going out and doing all the stuff that he's doing, shoving the guy's face into the other guy's ass in prison, him going to stop the bank robbery, and just how cool he is at doing some of this stuff. Like, that stuff I can watch all day. And you get the big, huge fight between even him and Charlize in the city, and it's all CGI galore. Some of that I could have done without. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Hancock? Do you like it? Do you love it? Or do you agree that it just took the ball and fumbled hard? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Got a gold in mind, can't stop till I reach that the gold is mine. No feet up, seat back, music, I breathe that, sleep that, eat that, ease back is pretty close, leading the pack. Consider it's like snacks, a little to hold you over light work to me, but opponents under a bulldog.